Ever felt like this? You have a big dream, a huge goal. You're passionate, you're bursting with ideas, but when you actually sit down to do the work, nothing. Just a blank wall. It's frustrating, right? You see others who seem to effortlessly create, produce, and succeed, and you wonder, what's their secret? What power do they have that I don't? Well, today we're going to explore a story that might just change how you think about power, creativity, and success. It's a story about a struggling artist named Leo. Imagine a big, beautiful studio, sunlight pouring in. On one side, it's pure chaos. Canvases stacked everywhere, most of them started but unfinished. Sketches crumpled up, paint tubes scattered. This is Leo's space. And in the middle of it all, Leo himself, staring at a blank white canvas, completely blocked. On the other side of the studio, it's a different world. It's meticulously organized. Tools are laid out perfectly, and in the center, an older, renowned sculptor named Alara works on a block of marble. She's not waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration. She's just working. A rhythmic, steady tap, tap, tap of her chisel echoes through the room. That sound is driving Leo crazy. He finally snaps. "How can you just do that?" he asks her, day after day. "Don't you need to feel it? To be inspired?" Ilara doesn't even look up at first. She simply says, "Inspiration is a guest that rarely visits the unprepared." "I am not waiting for a guest. I am building the house," Leo scoffs. To him, that's just a fancy saying. "Look at this," he says, gesturing to his mess. "I have passion. I have ideas. But when I sit down, it's a wall. You just make chips. Every day. The same chips." Now, Alara stops. She sets down her tools and looks at him, not with pity, but with this incredible clarity. "You see, Chips," she says. "I see the form emerging. You are focused on the mountain, and it paralyzes you. I am focused on the next strike. That is the difference. This is a huge moment." How many of us get paralyzed by the sheer size of our goals? We want to write a novel, so we stare at a blank page, overwhelmed by the 300 pages we need to fill. We want to get fit, but we're crushed by the thought of months of workouts and dieting. We're focused on the mountain. Leo, desperate, asks her for the secret. How do you have the power to just create every single day? And here's the core of it. Alara looks him straight in the eye and says, "There is no secret. There is only the work." Then she delivers the line that changes everything for Leo, and hopefully for us. Discipline is not a cage, Leo. It is the key. Passion is the fire, but discipline is the forge that shapes it. Without the forge, the fire is just a wildfire, burns bright, consumes everything, and leaves only ash. Think about that. Your passion, your brilliant ideas, your burning desire to achieve something that's the fire. It's essential. It provides the heat, the energy, but without a structure to contain and direct it, it just burns out. It becomes a wildfire, chaotic and destructive. ultimately leaving you with nothing but burnout and ashes of frustration. Discipline is the forge. It's the structure, the process, the container that takes all that raw, chaotic energy of passion and shapes it into something real, something tangible, something powerful. It's the daily habit, the consistent effort, the system you build around your goals. To prove her point, Alara tosses Leo her old sketchbook. He opens it, and every single page, for years, has a drawing. Some are simple lines, others are complex studies. But there's one for every single day. No exceptions. Leo is stunned. You draw every day, even when you don't feel like it. Alara's reply is powerful, especially when I don't feel like it. That is when the power is forged. On those days, you are not a slave to your feelings. You become their master. That is power. This flips the whole idea of motivation on its head. We think we need to feel motivated to act. But the truth is, action creates motivation. When you show up, especially on the days you don't want to, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're telling your brain, my goals are more important than my mood. You're not waiting for feelings of inspiration to grant you permission to work. You're taking control. You're becoming the master of your feelings, not their slave. That is real power. Look at the greatest athletes, artists, and entrepreneurs. Do you think they wake up every single day bursting with motivation? No, they wake up and follow their system. The writer writes their 500 words. The athlete does their drills. The musician practices their scales. They rely on discipline, not on the fleeting feeling of motivation. Lara then gives Leo the most practical advice he's ever received. She looks at his blank canvas and says, "You want to conquer that canvas. Don't try to paint a masterpiece today. Just make a line, one good, honest line. Then tomorrow, make another." The power is not in the grand gesture. It is in the small, repeated one. This is the antidote to being paralyzed by the mountain. Forget the masterpiece. Forget the finished product. Focus on the next strike. Focus on the next line. What is the smallest possible step you can take right now? Want to write a book? Don't think about the whole book. Just write one sentence, one good, honest sentence. Want to start a business? Don't get lost in a 5-year plan. Make one phone call. Send one email. Do 1 hour of research. The power isn't in some massive, heroic leap. It's in the small, consistent, and often unglamorous actions you take every single day. It's the compound effect in action. One line becomes 2, then a sketch, then a painting. One workout becomes 2, then a week, then a habit. As Alara turns back to her work, the sound of her tapping chisel, tap, 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 no longer sounds like an annoyance to Leo. It sounds like a heartbeat, a rhythm, a metronome for his own new beginning. He walks to his canvas, he picks up a piece of charcoal, and with a focused, deliberate motion, he draws a single, strong line. It's not a masterpiece, it's just a line. but it's a start. The frustration on his face is gone, replaced by a quiet, determined resolve. The power wasn't in some magical moment of inspiration, it was in his hand all along. He just had to decide to use it. So, what about you? What is your blank canvas? What mountain is paralyzing you? Remember Ilare's wisdom. Your passion is the fire, but it needs a forge. That forge is discipline. Don't wait to feel inspired. Build the house. Don't try to conquer the mountain in a day. Just focus on the next step. Don't try to create a masterpiece today. Just make one good, honest line. The power you're looking for isn't out there somewhere waiting to be found. It's forged in the small, daily act of showing up, especially when you don't feel like it. Because that's when you're not just doing the work. You're building the worker. You're building yourself. And that is the greatest power of all. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments what one line you're going to draw today. And don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you build your own forge. See you next time.